Okay, so last video we talked about some somatic perspectives on anger. One, that it's a boundary signal, not a flaw. Two, that it's a safety mechanism, it's a nervous system response. And three, that anger doesn't automatically equal violence. And think of just one small moment that you felt your blood rising a little bit. Maybe somebody cut you off in traffic, or somebody said something and you were just like, what? And you started to feel that sense of anger. Or I'm sure most of us can remember being angry with our partner, right? And as you think about this, just notice your body. So even as I'm talking about anger, I can sense tension here in my jaw. Oftentimes, you might notice some kind of fullness or tension in your chest. You can think about your shoulders, your arms, and your hands. These parts of you that would be involved in a fight response, right? Involved in a boundary. Sometimes people feel it here in their throat, which makes a lot of sense, right? Either you need to yell, or you need to speak a truth, or you need to say no, or there's something that needs to be expressed. Anger often moves upwards and outwards. So as you're checking into how you notice this in your body, just take a moment and you can kind of just check in with yourself and think, where do I usually hold my anger? And you're probably used to advice like, take a deep breath, love a deep breath, not against a deep breath. However, our nervous system responses need appropriate discharge. They need appropriate pathways. So if anger charges up my upper body, my shoulders, my hands, and I notice that when I get angry, my fists start to clench like this, then it probably doesn't make sense for me to try to get rid of anger by taking a bath. That's nice, it's soothing. I don't really need to be soothed right now. Remember from the last video, my anger wants to protect me, it wants to draw a line, it wants to remind me what's most important to me. So a practice that you can do is, as you notice where you're holding this, I'm going to give you two. So one, in your shoulders and arms and hands, you can find some way to give yourself some resistance and pressure. So even right here, right now, you can either press your palms together and push. And whenever you do something like this, you're going to likely experience some level of discharge. And what that looks like is maybe a deep breath comes through. I just felt a bunch of tingles down my leg. Maybe there's a yawn. So you're activating these same muscles and providing a discharge pathway. You can press and activate these parts of you if they don't feel, sometimes they're cold or they just don't feel accessible to you, and that's okay. So this is my absolute favorite, is get a towel and twist it and kind of make a face. Again, activating these same channels. And oftentimes what people find is that they do this for about 20-30 seconds, and then something inside of them lets go. The energy moves. The nervous system response completes. And now that doesn't necessarily mean that you still don't want to go communicate something to your partner. It doesn't mean that whatever was most important to you is no longer important. But what it does mean is that you have managed that charge inside of yourself in a way that feels good to you, that you have agency with, and that you don't have to worry so much about being reactive or mean or not being able to express yourself properly, right? That you have managed that within yourself and not managed it in a way that's like, I got rid of it, but I honored it, I moved it, and now I can decide how I want to move forward. When you feel anger in your jaw, you can move your jaw. Sometimes it feels good to like press it open like this, really slowly. Or you can move just a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. And for me, immediately, little releases, little pops here. For you, it might not feel like a huge catharsis. And in the next video, we're going to talk about some myths of anger. And one of them is that we don't need to have a huge catharsis in order to complete the energy of anger. All of this is preparing you to be able to see anger as power, to allow it to move through you in a way that you feel good about, rather than in a way that makes you feel shame afterwards or guilt afterwards.